Hello, Professor. Thanks again for this opportunity to enable us to do a video presentation. This presentation today will be focusing on the digitization of the Total Parking Solutions, Inc. using the knowledge management system Document 360. I'm Crystal and my team members are Danielle, Lorraine, Wasi, and Vamshi. Providing a little background on the company and focus, Total Parking Solutions Inc. basically designs, supplies, installs, and operates simple and space-saving parking systems for buildings in an eco-friendly manner. The company was, however, founded in September 2020 and facilitates more compact parking to preserve additional space for the public and planted spaces. The company exclusively partners with War West Canada, Australian Turntable, and Ideal Park, which are other companies within the industry. Some of the popular products, such as Multi-Parker 740 and Comblift 543, is some of the technologies that the company basically provides to their clients. In addition, the company also has departments such as engineering, sales, accounting, and shipment, which basically minimize the emission of CO2, excavation costs, and time by providing semi-automatic, fully automatic, and mechanical technology to their clients. Now, to focus on the challenges, although the company has over 200 successful projects, they currently face an internal problem with their knowledge management system. The company faces the challenge of storing its data in various locations, which makes it difficult to save and retrieve information when needed. Furthermore, computers and the Google Drive tend to quickly become overloaded due to a high volume of data that is needed to be stored. This basically allows most of the data to be duplicated, which leads to confusion when the information is required to complete a specific project. Now, when the data is duplicated, it also occupies more storage data, and it is also time consuming to access since some folders or subfolders have similar information. One example is that the data sheets could also be related to a product and a project simultaneously. Focusing on the proposed solutions, so what we have identified is that one, Total Parking Solutions needs a software that can help them to provide access to various users of data within the company. Two, they also want the software to have an inclusive approach in searching for stored data, as the available search option does not facilitate them in finding content that is related to their search. Three, in addition, the company needs to classify data as raw data, information, and knowledge, so this can be understood by the employees by new employees to be exact, without assistance from the current ones. So basically, assessing these internal difficulties in managing data by Total Parking Solutions, the proposed solution that our team will be presenting is a knowledge management system called Document 360. No, I will not be focusing on the benefits, as my team member Vamshi will focus on that area. However, before I hand over, some of the highlights of the presentation will be to examine the impact of IT trends on implementation of Document 360, the challenges faced by departments and the employees with the implementation of Document 360, the urgency, and some of the training costs that are associated with the implementation of the software. Now I'll move over to Vamshi, who will explain the Document 360 in more details.
Thank you, Crystal. Hello, Professor. Yeah, knowledge management system. A perfect knowledge management system is required, as Total Parking Solutions need a KMS for all their data usage. As we see, KMS is a process that helps in gathering, organizing, and sharing information across the organization, which completely operates through technology. And it enables customer satisfaction through service portals, improving efficiency as well as breaking down internet silos. Moving to the next slide. After comparing Document 360, Gendex, and Johodex, and considering the specific needs of Total Parking Solutions, we are suggesting Document 360 software to the company. Document 360 is a standalone SaaS self-service knowledge-based software. It's a kind of cloud-based software that helps in organizing and managing self-service content for the customers. It has a lot of features, including Markdown editor, enhanced security, version control, category manager, and further. It also supports integration with third-party platforms that provides users a holistic support. Overall, Document 360 helps business achieve greater agility, which is required in this modern world. Moving to the next slide, benefits of Document 360. The following are the main benefits of the software that gonna help Total Parking Solutions. Firstly, simple, efficient, and clear design edit allows the user to choose different editing options, and real-time preview panel on the editor allows how the published article will look while editing. Category Manager. With the Category Manager, one can easily assign articles to different categories, classify them, and they can rearrange all of their content. Version control features. The company needs to give access to different users, so this Document 360 can help and understand the full version history to see what changes were made and by whom and at what time, so they can see everything. And coming to built-in analytics feature, this feature gonna help the filter data and offers a report which helps obtain actionable data and insights. Intelligent search option. As the company is facing search issues for their data, with Document 360s, employees can use their smart search for any instant help and look for the best suitable help articles. And Document 360 is one platform that gonna have all the features, and it's good for collaboration among team members that helps in capturing, sharing, and gaining knowledge. And it also integrates, as we discussed earlier, Document 360 integrates with multiple third-party tools, thus making a single place to centralize the tools used by all of the employees. Moving to the next slide, organizational culture. Organizational culture and KMS both are interlinked. For an effective knowledge management system, trust-based organizational culture is best suited for bringing together all the employees, their teamwork, and the commitment towards a common goal. And culture is the main aspect that must alter immediately when a company decides to implement a new system. So Total Parking Solutions need to consider their organizational culture. If a firm has an unfavorable or opposite culture and the employees doesn't fit to their culture, then the productivity or job satisfactions is lesser. So the management can play a huge role here and in shaping the culture for the organization. So the next slides will be handed by my teammate Wasi. Thank you.
Thank you, Vamshi. I'm going to talk about the technologies needed to support the Document 360 system. The Total Parking Solution company should have these basic hardware software requirements to work on Document 360 system. It requires these operating system in a computer, OS X Mavericks or higher for MacBooks, Linux, Windows 7.0 or higher, and for a mobile device, Android 5.0 or iOS 12, which is the basic operating system what everyone has in their mobile devices. Coming to the hardware requirements, 4 GB RAM and 2-core CPU is required in a system, and almost all popular web browsers are compatible to run Document 360 management systems like Google Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. Next slide, please. Cybersecurity is needed to protect the company's information and intellectual property. As the Total Parking Solution company facing problems with the storage, the Document 360 could provide cloud servers for storage, which will enable the risk of cyber threats. For that, the cybersecurity should be strong enough to tackle these kind of threats. The Document 360 system's architecture is protected by access controls, ideally single sign-on or SSO capabilities. System access logs and audit trails are readily available. Keeping track of system logs and audit trails related to data access. Business continuity and disaster recovery plans have been continually tested to ensure they are effective. CCTV measures and complete audit trails must be maintained. End-to-end data encryption. Ensure that all the data is backed up regularly and securely. And also keeping a copy of your data in 2 or more data centers. Monitoring of the system assisted by modern tools and a team of experts supporting the expansion of the company with enterprise SSO options. Next slide, please. Here are some of the challenges facing by the employees to use Document 360. The first challenge would be identifying knowledge gaps in your organization and developing a knowledge strategy and identifies them. Creating a flawless knowledge management system depends on a blend of values, beliefs, and structure, which is also main challenge facing knowledge management initiatives. Taking knowledge management system practices to the next level will require the organization to develop a culture of knowledge generations, sharing, and exploitation at all levels of the organization. Executives must create reward performance and cost models when adoption barriers come up. The corporate-wide strategy will act as a compass to guide the organizations. Leaders are required to come up with a compelling principle that everyone can agree with and the links knowledge management objectives to business outcomes before a company can begin implementing a knowledge management strategy. Thank you, everyone. Now, Crystal will take over from here.
Thank you, Wasi. So basically, this area will be focusing on a change management process to implement Document 360. Now, a change management process includes actions that an organization implements to change or adjust an area within the firm to basically increase their efficiency. But for this to be efficient or effective, there has to be some form of organizational change or cultural changes within the company. We are proposing a four-step approach to this change. So first, the organization needs to be prepared for the change. For the implementation of Document 360 within the company to be effective, the company must be prepared logistically and culturally. So basically, the company should review the organization's culture and leadership to make it be aligned with the KMS, that is Document 360. So in this stage, a CEO can help employees to understand and recognize the need for the system. They can also bring awareness to the internal problem of the company's inefficiency in proper data management. Having employees on board will, however, lead to less resistance to the KMS system, and other changes will require facilitating the approach to transform the organization digitally. Secondly, to develop a plan and a vision for change. Now, in this stage, the company has to realize that there's a need for change. Once that is being realized, then they need to embrace the KMS. The CEO in this stage can develop a strategic and realistic plan to implement the system. And then this plan should also be well documented and include details such as the system success and how the success will be measured. So for example, key metrics of how they will measure the performance of the Document 360 when it has been implemented. This would also require the organization to be more flexible and agile. In the third stage is basically where the implementation of the Document 360 comes in. So whether the organization needs to change its culture, technology, or employee behaviors, this is where that will be done. So basically, it's following the plan that was set forth, or the vision plan that was set forth in stage 2. Now, the fourth stage is to basically embed the KMS with the organizational culture and the day-to-day practices. This stage is basically vital to employees, as if this is not done, they can also revert to their old ways of saving data, such as using PayPal, WhatsApp, and Telegram, which is a very informal and effective way to save their data. Now, aligning the KMS with the company's culture makes it more difficult for employees to backslide to traditional approaches. After these steps have been implemented, the CEO should, however, review the system progress and analyze the results to ensure that the goals have been achieved. Now, another approach that we are recommending, next slide, please, is the Kurt Lewin's three-stage model. Basically, we are also proposing this three-stage theory by Kurt Lewin, which is called unfreeze, change, refreeze theory. So change initiatives, whether internal or external, can be followed or guided by this model and could form the basis of the company's digitally transformation initiative. So in the unfreezing stage, it requires confrontation or re-education of processes. This is basically where the CEO should ensure that employees of Total Parking Solutions are ready for the knowledge management system. In the third level, the change is executed, or in the second level, the change is executed. The company moves to the new system, which is Document 360, and it, however, requires new behaviors, values, attitudes, and a whole change of culture within the organization. Now, the third level is basically the refreezing stage, and this requires the organization to be more stabilized in a new balanced state. And this ensures that the effective and efficient use of Document 360 becomes permanent. Now, this stage requires strict management for employees to not revert to habitual behaviors. I will now move over to my teammate, Danielle. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. So although all the employees within Total Parking Solutions will be using Document 360, the implementation of the system is a process. As such, it should not be accessible to everyone at the same time. So we suggest that the first department that should gain access to the system is a department that deals with the information systems within the company. This department may require a test version of the system first to learn how it can be used and if it meets the organization's requirements. In addition, the IT department will also need to assess the organization's resources, such as internet connectivity, to ensure that the company can effectively facilitate the system. Now, after the initial assessment by the IT department, the second department that should have access is the human resource department. This department may also want to work with the IT department to test the appropriateness of the system to the organization's business environment. Afterwards, the system can be introduced to senior management and later to other employees within the organization. Next slide, please. Now, in terms of the characteristics of the people, the process, and the customers that is required for this implementation. Now, we all know that people are the biggest and most important part of digital transformation. It is the people within the organization who will benefit from the innovation and the opportunity in the enterprise of the transformation. So in order to have a successful digital transformation, the company needs people who can adapt to change and evolve continuously. We need people who can accept new values and modules and be comfortable with more efficient and effective working methods. Now, Total Parking Solution will therefore need employees to have a digital mindset, so that they can understand and see how the new system that will be implemented can open up various opportunities for the company and also increase productivity while easing the workflow within the organization. Now, as with all new implementations, some form of resistance will be expected from employees. As such, we suggest that the company prepares its staff for the organizational culture that will be entirely new and different from what they are used to by incorporating the employees in the transformational process and by coordinating systems and processes to help them respond better to these changes. Now, going further into the processes, digital transformation activities entail much more than enhancing a company's operations using digital technologies. It requires rethinking and redesigning the organization's fundamental business processes. Change, we all know that change starts from the top, which usually entails management identifying a problem and then finding an effective solution to that problem. Now, the processes should state how the application of Document 360 will affect the goals and objectives of the company and where in the organization it should be implemented. The processes should be flexible and meet all the operational needs of the firm before starting the transformational process. Hence, basically creating a comprehensive policy. We advise creating a comprehensive policy to deal with all of these. Now, as it relates to customers, the digital transformation concept towards customers is really employing a model that renounces a traditional transactional model of customer engagement. So it should foster collective learning, co-creation, and collaboration, and basically speeds up end-to-end customer-related operations in order of increasing quality of service within the organization. Now I will hand over to Lauren, who will take us through the cost of implementing the Document 360.
Thank you, Danielle. We now move on to employee engagement training. And as we all know that workers are an invaluable asset to any company, and small business owners like you understand the importance of continuous training. An effective training system will boost productivity, enhance performance, which leads to employee engagement. And at Total Parking Solution, your employees will need training to acquire the necessary skills in working with Document 360 systems. They will also need to follow up self-help guides and online tutorials, and additionally understanding the organization's systems and procedures. We propose that you utilize training techniques such as documentation, live webinars, and online training. Next slide, please. One of the most important part of implementing any new system is always the cost. And hence the reason we propose using Document 360. Document 360 pricing plans are tailored to accommodate any size of business, from startups to large company, depending on your needs. And this plan offers a 14-day trial, and payment options are either monthly or yearly. We start with the first plan, which is it has 0 to 5 teams. There is no charge. However, for 5 and up, the startup plan, there is a $99 fee per month. Next slide, please. We now move on to the business plan. This starts at $249 per month or $299 if billed monthly. This plan has all the features as stated in the startup plan, such as unlimited reader accounts, analytics, export PDF. They're all there in the table. We'll move on to the third plan, which is the enterprise plan, which is suitable for large companies with more data and activities, and priced at $499 per month. And it is also billed at $599, $499 per month per project. Let me stress that. And it's $599 monthly. And the enterprise plan is the plan that is sought after by most businesses. And we come to the final plan, which is the Enterprise Plus plan. Next slide, please. And the Enterprise Plus has all the features as the enterprise plan. The only difference is that you customize it to what you need. And so Total Solutions will have to speak directly with the vendor in order to get a pricing. But here we see it has data residence. It is fully managed, premium support, control and compliance, and additional security. Next slide, please. Having identified the various operational issues, we have shared with you the prices, the challenges, and one of the recommendations would be for you to try the first plan, which is the starter plan, which is $99. We provide other recommendations. To resolve the problem of retrieving and storing data, we recommend that Total Solutions utilize Document 360 file. This software supports bulk management, like removing, transferring, or labeling, and it allows you to organize your database in one place. Next, your organization should integrate Document 360 effective workflow management to provide users with different access levels. The software allows users to be assigned well-defined roles. Thirdly, we recommend that your company utilize Document 360 Category Manager to address the issue of classifying raw data and information knowledge. This tool is designed to organize documents in a neat hierarchy, and it allows the users to rename, delete, or hide categories. And finally, Total Parking Solutions, Inc. should use Document 360's advanced real-time search to improve the company's search capabilities. The advanced search engine is designed to deliver quick results, whether the knowledge base contains 100 or 1,000 stored data. Your company can save time, money, and swiftly locate items which they are looking to access. We have now provided solutions. We have spoken about what Document 360 does, how it benefits your company. And so, having heard our presentation, we trust and hope that your company will take on board this new knowledge management system. We invite you to contact any one of our team members, and we'll be willing to assist you with whatever problems you may have. We thank you for listening to us, and we look forward to meet with you. Thank you.